परमसुखदं केवलं ज्ञानमूर्तिं द्वन्द्वातीतं गगनसदृशं तद्वमस्यादिलक्ष्यम् एकं नित्यं विमलमचलं सर्वधी साक्षिभूतं भावातीतं त्रिगुणरहितं सद्गुरुं तं नमामि। नित्यानन्द परमशिवो Guru Mahasannidhanam, His Divine Holiness Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam, Kailasa is pleased to bring to you this virtual Global Peace Conclave and the Kailasa Om Award Ceremony under the theme of Uniting Nations for Global Peace. On this occasion of Chitra Nakshatra, in collaboration with the Department of Religion and Worship and the Sri Kailasa Uniting Nations for Global Peace and Religious Harmony.
And your hosts for today's event are Her Excellency Ma Vijayapriya Nithyananda, Permanent Representative of Kailasa to the UN, as well as myself, Ma Nitya Swatantra Priyananda, Delegate of Kailasa. And on behalf of Sri Kailasa, we are honored to welcome our esteemed award recipients and guests of honor, as well as our live international audience joining us today from all corners of the world. We are grateful to each and every one of you for taking the time to be with us today. March 20th, 2022 marks a very special day, as it is the day of Chitra Nakshatra. Nakshatra means constellation. Chitra Nakshatra is the Janma Nakshatra, or birth star of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam. According to Vedic astrology, Chitra Nakshatra is the most auspicious star of the celestial stars, and one can even see this star with their physical eyes continuously in the sky throughout the year.
Yes, thank you, Masudanta Priya. And it is during the transitioning of this most auspicious Chitra Nakshatra that the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam, was born on January 3rd, 1978, as per Gregorian calendar, in the holy town of Tiruvannamalai, India. Tiruvannamalai is actually the spiritual capital of the world for seekers of enlightenment and is home to the sacred hill of Arunachala, the very hill which pulls incarnations, avatars, down to planet Earth for the upliftment of humanity through a superconscious breakthrough. And the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism is recognized as the 1008th incarnation of Lord Paramashiva, the ultimate superconsciousness as per Hinduism, by his predecessors of enlightened masters and adepts.
Thank you, Ma Vijayapriya. And so today's program will be conducted in 3 segments. First, we will share with you highlights of the almost 3-decade-long incredible work of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam, the sovereign of the sovereign state of Sri Kailasa, in various fields, including his work for uniting nations as per Hindu principles. This will be followed by the award ceremony, where special recognition will be given to various distinguished statesmen, leaders, decision makers, and influencers for their contribution to conflict resolution, uniting people and nations, global peace and harmony. And last but not least, today's Global Peace Conclave on this auspicious Chitra Nakshatra Day will be concluded with a special live presidential address by the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam, the sovereign of the sovereign state of Sri Kailasa.
Yes, so who is the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism? The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism is the only legal inheritor of 19 ancient Hindu kingdoms and the successor to multiple Sarvanapitams. Lord Paramashiva's seat is called Sarvanapita, which is the all-knowing spiritual seat of infinite knowledge, or the seat of excellence. So, to better understand how the revival of the sovereign state of Sri Kailasa came about, let us dive deeper into the journey of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam, starting from the very young age of 3. So, as you can see here, at the age of 3 in 1981, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism was initiated into Bala Sannyas, child by his predecessors of enlightened masters and others. In 1988, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism was coronated as the future Guru Mahasanidhanam Pontiff of Tanchi Kailasa Sarvanyapeetham Tondai Mandala Adinam, the oldest monastic university. In 1994, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism was declared as the successor of Arunachala Sarvanyapeetham in Tiruvannamalai, India. In 1999, he founded the mission Nithyananda Sangha to revive Kailasa globally, and in the same year he was coronated as the successor of Kashi Sarvanyapeetha in Varanasi, India. In 2002, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism founded Adi Kailasa Sarvanyapeetham in Bengaluru, India, and 2 years later he was declared as the successor of Bhagya Nagara Tripura Sarvanyapeetham. In 2004 also, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism was coronated as the 203rd incumbent emperor of the Surya Vamsa Suraki Samrajyam of the Surya Vamsa lineage, which is the ancient kingdom of the Surya Vamsa, or the lineage of the sun god. It is an enlightened ecosystem established directly by Lord Paramashiva through Lord Surya, the sun god. In 2007, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism revived Adi Pallava Sarvanyapeetham, the spiritual and religious kingdom in Puducherry, India.
And later, on April 27, 2012, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism was coronated as the 293rd Guru Mahasanidhanam of Madurai, Shyamalapita Sarvanyapeetham, the oldest Hindu papal state and monastic kingdom. The following year, in 2013, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism was officially coronated as Mahamandaleshwar, Supreme Spiritual Head of Mahanirvani Akada, the largest apex monastic order, making him the youngest Mahamandaleshwar. In the same year, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism was declared as Acharya Mahamandaleshwar of Atal Akada, the oldest monastic order in Hinduism. In 2014, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism was coronated as Guru Mahasanidhanam, Pontiff of Tanjavur Adinam. And the following year, in 2015, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism was coronated as Guru Mahasanidhanam of Adi Pita Kolada Mata. It is also in 2015 that His Divine Holiness was coronated as the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism by a congregation of over 1,000 Hindu leaders, pontiffs, through a grand 3-day ritualistic celebration known as the Ati Rudra Mahayagnya. And in 2018, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism officially revived the sovereign state of Sri Kailasa as we know it today.
Yes. So why is uniting nations so important in this day and age? Let us take a look at the state of the world in the modern day. According to the FBI, hate crime reports in the US surged to the highest level in 12 years. More than 10,000 people reported to law enforcement in 2020 that they were the victim of a hate crime because of their race or ethnicity, sexual orientation, gender, religion, or disability. And according to a recent study, rates of depression and anxiety climbed globally by more than 25% in 2020, a devastating ripple effect of the COVID-19 pandemic that has particularly affected women and young people. According to Stats News, in 2020, women experienced an almost 30% increase in major depressive disorders and an almost 28% increase in anxiety disorders worldwide, while men saw increases of 24% and 22% respectively. So according to our world in data, when observing the trend of ongoing civil conflicts within states each year since 1946, we can see in the stacked area chart that the number has risen. And these are just a few examples. And the most current example is that of the crisis between Russia and Ukraine, as we all know. So before we continue, we would like to pray to Lord Paramashiva for peace in Ukraine on the most auspicious occasion of Mahashivratri, of Mahaparamashivoham on March 1st. Kailasa declared a day of prayer and fasting for peace in Ukraine. And Ukraine's ambassador also publicly prayed to Lord Paramashiva on Mahaparamashivoham. For those who may not be familiar, Mahaparamashivoham is the auspicious celebration where an explosion of superconscious energy happens on planet Earth to remove the darkness of ignorance and give enlightenment to the whole cosmos, to humanity, creating a more peaceful, blissful, and united world. So now we would like to dedicate 1 minute of prayer in silence for peace in Ukraine.
Yes, thank you. So, how is the revival of Kailasa not a luxury anymore, but a survival need? Through Kailasa, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism is bringing spiritual solutions as per Hinduism to the world. Specifically, the spiritual solution to all the issues the modern day is facing today is the science of enlightenment. This includes the science of holding powerful cognitions and manifesting them as reality. In 2017, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism said, the biggest blessing for humanity is higher cognitions becoming reality. All these tall buildings, huge wealth humanity has acquired, the result of everything should be increasing the quality of the software which drives you. Otherwise, what is the use? There are many developed countries, large dams, huge roads, amazing army, but people are depressed. What will you do about it? Yes, amazing army. Nobody can challenge you. But your people are mentally challenged. What is the use? As the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism said, we may have built amazing infrastructure, acquired huge wealth, and formed powerful military forces. But the reality is that people are suffering on many levels, and that is a fact that cannot be ignored.
Yes, thank you, Masudanta Priya. Hinduism clearly states in its sacred scriptures that no one in the world should suffer. We have a beautiful Shastra Pramana, Hindu scriptural reference from the Brihadaranyikopanishad, where Lord Paramashiva himself declares, Om Sarve Bhavantu Sukinaha, Sarve Shantu Niramayaha, Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu, Ma Kaschit Dukha Bhag Bhavet. Om Shanti Shanti Shantihi. It means, may all beings be prosperous and happy. May all beings be free from illness. May all beings see what is spiritually uplifting. May none in the world suffer. Following the Hindu scriptures, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam, explains that the whole Kailasa is the revival of the most ancient enlightened Hindu civilization for a peaceful, sustainable, and enlightened world, a world in which all beings can live blissfully. Kailasa has taken the spiritual responsibility to bring healing and global peace by providing spiritual solutions. On March 13th, 2020, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism declared, healing problems humanity faces is our spiritual responsibility.
And the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism further says, the enlightenment ecosystem, every monastery I have created, temples I have created, is an ecosystem for keeping the enlightenment science alive and flourishing, which can automatically make people enlightened. It's like enlightenment automatic machinery. Anybody comes in, they just get introduced, inspired, excited, energized, and made into power manifestors, enlightened, and start radiating, and they start spreading. Enlightenment becomes the source for energy and excitement. A person who can make enlightenment as a source for energy and excitement for anyone is an incarnation. Fortunately, we are successful in making enlightenment as the source of energy and excitement to millions of people all over the world. This whole Kailasa is the revival of that enlightened civilization. And that was shared with the world by the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism on January 6, 2019. And as part of the revival of the enlightened ecosystem of Kailasa, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism is reviving the ancient sciences of Hinduism and powerful Hindu rituals specifically designed for peace and healing, which only he can do as an incarnation of Paramashiva. One of the unique ways in which the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism brings tremendous healing to the world is by conducting the Maheshwara Puja in times of natural and man-made catastrophe to liberate the departed souls. Maheshwara Puja is one of Hinduism's most ancient rituals for bringing complete completion with ancestors. Hinduism enables the liberation of the spirits and freedom for us from the ancestral karmic turmoil in us by the offering of Pinda Tarpanam, food for the departed souls, and Shraddham, the ritual offering for the departed souls. These rituals complete the biomemory and muscle memory, thereby bringing completion, peace, and relaxation both to the departed souls and to us.
Thank you, Masudantra Priya. In Kailasa, Kailashans offer Maheshwara Puja so that the departed soul can be liberated in the presence of an incarnation, the avatar. In the Maheshwara Puja, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, who is the embodiment of cosmic energy, personally receives the bhiksha or food offering and he liberates the departed soul. A key component of the Maheshwara Puja is the offering to the master along with his monastic disciples, the sannyasis. This is when the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism blesses the souls to attain enlightenment and offers them pinda or food for the journey to their enlightenment. And we have a beautiful Shastra Pramana again in the Soma Shambhu Padadi Shraddha Vidhi. It says, Lingino Brahmanadyascha Shradhiyaha Shiva Dikshitaha. The translation is, the sannyasis, brahmanas, who have been initiated into the Shiva Diksha are eligible to be appointed as the representatives of Pitrus in the Shraddha. In the Shaiva Sampradaya, Shraddha, wherein food is offered to sannyasis for the completion with the departed souls, is called Maheshwara Puja. This is only one of the many examples of how the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism is reviving the ancient indigenous culture, traditions, and sacred Hindu rituals, which are designed to bring global peace, harmony, and health. Without the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, this wealth of knowledge from this indigenous tradition, as well as the benefits of such practices, would have been lost.
Thank you, Mavijayapriya. And another way in which the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism is actively contributing to the well-being of humanity is by reviving the practice of ancient powerful techniques to protect ourselves from any disease. One such example is the observance of the Pachepatni Vratam. This spiritual practice, which is observed over a period of 28 days, includes an austere diet of only a few ingredients, strict cleansing rituals, as well as techniques such as fire walking and lemon piercing to boost the immunity. The Pachepatani Vratam is one of the most effective practices to achieve the peak of health. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism encourages and initiates people from all walks of life, religion, and faith into such spiritual practices as a direct solution, both spiritual and practical, to the pandemic. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism not only initiates people, he himself follows this rigorous spiritual practice to heal the world. And all the spiritual solutions and practices revived by the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism and shared by him with the world are time-tested, foolproof solutions, as the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism explained on March 13th, 2020. Our rishis and munis have been adept and master in every field, whether health or keeping the society safe, and in every field. So all the vratam, puja, spiritual techniques, religious rituals, anything they designed is highly scientific and directly useful to life. And the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism is reviving these ancient indigenous sciences and making them available to all, despite undergoing relentless persecution.
Yes. And the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism and Kailasa have in fact endured several forms of persecution over the last 1 decade, from extremist militants who seek to stop the revival of authentic Hinduism for their own vested interest. And here are some of the facts. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has faced over 70 assassination attempts and physical attacks in India and abroad, over 40 attacks on community members, destruction of monasteries and temples, over 60 incidents of attacks, molestation of rape of women and women monks, intense lawfare, via over 100 false legal cases, intersectional persecution using an entire government mechanism, politically owned media, police, judiciary controlled by politicians, and incitement of mob violence via social media.
And in the midst of such persecution, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism continues to actively work towards conflict resolution. And on December 2nd, 2021, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism successfully brought the plight of Hindu minorities to the awareness of the international community. On that day, the persecution of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism and on Hindu indigenous minorities was represented at the United Nations by Sri Kailasa. This was the first time in history the voice of Hindu minorities was heard on an international and intergovernmental platform such as the United Nations.
Yes, thank you, Masudanta Priya. So before we begin today's much awaited award ceremony, we would like to warmly welcome many esteemed guests of honor to today's Global Peace Conclave on the auspicious occasion of Chitra Nakshatra, the theme of the day being Uniting Nations for Global Peace. We would like to now warmly welcome our guest of honor, Barrister Onyenyechi Chukwunwere, lawyer, activist, and president of Igboike Association, Inc., the apex organization for indigenous Igbo people of southeastern Nigeria, here in the United States. Barrister Chukwunwere, we warmly welcome you and we kindly invite you to share your greetings.
All right. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
All right. I bring you greetings from Nigeria's southeast, about 60 million indigenous Igbo people whom I happen to represent here. I also bring you greetings from the good people of the United States. This is my first time of participating in a session like this. I have so many Indian friends because I did part of my studies here in the United States, and I did make friends with a lot of Indians. As a matter of fact, as a student leader, my nickname was Gandhi after the Indian independence leader. So I happen to have a very strong admiration for the good people of India. But this is the first time I'll be connected to any noble cause of this nature, and I am here to observe. I thank you for everything you guys are doing. We are a united force in driving unity around the world, in seeking for peace, in challenging some of the problems that humanity is confronted with. And I bring you a message of hope. I bring you a message of peace. And I assure you that my people and myself are committed to the ideals that I'm starting to see that you guys represent. And we're happy to be associated with you. Thank you very much. We also thank the Supreme Pontiff, the Sri Kailasa. I hope I'm pronouncing that well, for this noble initiative. We are open to cooperation and collaboration with you as we go forward. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much for your greetings and kind words. And we're very happy to have you with us here today. It was an honor. It's an honor to welcome you. Thank you so much.
And we would like to now warmly welcome our next guest of honor, Miss Wilma Holmes Tutul, member of the National Coalition of 100 Black Women, NCBW, for the last 36 years and current president of the Long Island chapter, United States. Ms. Wilma Holmes-Tutel, we warmly welcome you and we kindly invite you to share a few words.
Good morning. I am Wilma Holmes-Tutel, President of the National Coalition of 100 Black Women, Long Island Chapter Incorporated. And this morning I'm here on behalf of National President Elizabeth A. Jones, the National Directorate, and all of the activist members in the 62 chapters in 26 states that comprise the National Coalition of 100 Black Women. It is my pleasure to bring greetings to the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Nithyananda Paramashivam, and to Sri Kailasa for hosting this global conclave and award ceremony. With all that is happening in the world today, NCBW applauds you for uplifting global peace and religious harmony, and affirms your theme, Uniting Nations for Global Peace. About the 100, the National Coalition was founded in 1981 in New York City and is a 40-year advocacy organization whose vision is that Black women and girls live in a world where socioeconomic inequity does not exist. Thus, we advocate on behalf of Black women and girls to promote leadership development and gender equity in the areas of health, education, and economic empowerment. As a voice for millions of Black women and girls in the United States, the coalition believes in inclusion, racial and social justice, respect, integrity, and accountability and collaboration. As a United Nations NGO Global Unit member, we are proud of what we have done to advance the ideals of the United Nations through our advocacy of interests, of common interests that transcend the boundaries of our country. And our vision is to work to benefit all people and all nations. We strongly believe that we cannot and will not lose faith in humanity. This morning, we salute each partner, sponsor, and supporter of this global peace conclave. We also congratulate the distinguished awardees. It is our sincerest hope that you enjoy this magnificent event and leave feeling even more empowered to work for a better and more humane and peaceful world today and every day. I thank you.
Thank you very much, Ms. Tutel, for sharing such an inspiring vision. And we are very grateful to have you with us today. It's really an honor to welcome you, and thank you for sharing a message of peace, harmony, inclusion, and empowerment of Black women and girls. Thank you so much.
And now we would like to warmly welcome our next guest of honor, Mr. Philip Yanyu, Executive Director of American Indian Movement, Ohio chapter in the United States. Mr. Philip Yanyu, we warmly welcome you and we kindly invite you to share a few words. Yes, you are muted, Mr. Yanyu.
There we go. First, I would like to thank the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, His Divine Holiness Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam, for reaching out and asking me to be part of this and be an esteemed guest on this occasion. And I would like to say hello to all of you that are out there that are participating in this today. Today is a holy day for my people, being the spring solstice. You know, we we're supposed to be in prayer today, and our prayers are for a good growing season for medicines that Mother Earth provides for us. So this uniting of nations for our people is not just for us humans, but for all of the nations, the animal kingdoms, the fishes and the four-legged and the winged, the grasses and all the medicines that Mother Earth gives us. So, you know, for me personally, um, I like to look at our similarities between nations, between human nations. Um, this way, I think if a lot of people looked at things this way, that there wouldn't be so much divisiveness in this world, where we could see the similarities in each other and be able to respect each other on a different level. So with that being said, I thank you again, and it is an honor and a pleasure to be here with you all today.
Thank you so much, Mr. Yanyo. Thank you for your greetings and best wishes in the equinox celebration. It's a pleasure, it's an honor to have you here with us today. Thank you so much. And now, before expanding on the revival of Kailasa by the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, let us now move to the much awaited award ceremony. To begin today's award ceremony, we would like to firstly thank all awardees for taking the time to being here to receive the Kailasa Om Award and be part of this global peace conclave on the occasion of Chitra Nakshatra being organized by Sri Kailasa in collaboration with the Department of Religion and Worship and the Sri Kailasa Uniting Nations for Global Peace and Religious Harmony. We would like to thank all the viewers who have joined us from across 100 countries, either on the international Nithyananda TV or viewing us on the various social media platforms. We thank you for being here. So we would like to now present the awards to the distinguished individuals present here with us who, through their hard work, are contributing to global peace by uniting communities and nations.
Thank you, Ma Vijayapriya. And we would now like to introduce Mr. Jameson Chow from Singapore. Mr. Jameson Chow is the Manager of Operations and Funding for the Food Bank Singapore, which was established in 2012. The Food Bank Singapore is Singapore's first food bank and aims to be the prevailing centralized coordinating organization for all food donations in Singapore. Driven by its mission to eradicate food insecurity of all forms in Singapore by 2025, the registered charity bridges potential donors and member beneficiaries by collecting and redistributing donated food. Its members are registered charity organizations or special organizations with a designated meal program for low-income and underprivileged individuals and families. Through a network of more than 370 such organizations of all sizes, the food bank serves more than 100,000 families and over 300,000 people with all kinds of food from fresh to cooked. Joined in 2019, Mr. Chow is passionate in helping the community and believes in the importance of taking the first step to end hunger and fight food waste. Together with the food bank team, his focus is on improving efficiency and innovative projects coupled with technology to provide solutions to the food distribution landscape in Singapore. Mr. Jameson Chow, we warmly welcome you, and we are pleased to confer the Kailasa Oneness Award to you. And we now kindly invite you to share a few words.
Hi everyone. Sorry, just apologize. My video is not. I don't have a video for my camera here. But yeah, I'd like to say hello to everyone And first off, I'd like to express my sincere thanks and greetings to the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Nithyananda Paramashivam, and to Sri Kailasa for hosting this Global Peace Conclave and inviting us to be part of this award ceremony. We are very thankful to be part of this. We are very thankful to be part of this. And yeah, we are pleased to be receiving this award. We'll try our best to keep up all the good work that we try to do. And yes, thanks everyone. Nice to meet all of you all.
Thank you so much, Mr. Chow, for all the selfless service to the community and for your dedication to bring communities together and building a hunger-free world. Thank you so much.
Thank you. And now we will be conferring the Dharma Rakshana Social Justice Award. This award is conferred to those considered to be Dharma Rakshakas, distinguished individuals who have demonstrated unwavering commitment to protecting the natural law of justice and who live for life positivity. We would first like to warmly welcome Mr. Orrin Hudson from the United States. Mr. Orrin Hudson is a former Alabama State Trooper, Air Force veteran, and world-renowned chess champion. He is the author of the #1 Amazon bestseller, One Move at a Time, How to Win at Chess and Life. He is a captivating speaker, facilitator, and is the founder of Be Someone, a Georgia-based nonprofit which provides a youth-focused leadership skills development program on how to win in life using the game of chess. Mr. Hudson has traveled across America, successfully providing his unique, exciting, and engaging curriculum to over 55,000 young people. Support for the organization has included Jane Fonda, Tyler Perry, Steve Harvey, as well as other celebrities. He has also appeared on Good Morning America, the CBS Early Morning Show, CNN, Fox, and Friends, and has been on the cover of the world's largest chess magazine, Chess Life and People. Mr. Hudson and his Be Someone organization have also been featured on the Tom Joyner Morning Show in the United States, in the USA Today, the Essence magazine, the Sports Illustrated for Teens, Jet, Black Enterprise, and Time magazine for kids. Mr. Hudson's ultimate vision is to serve 1 million at-risk students using his motivating mantra, get your heads up, pants up, and grades up. And most of all, to never give up, no matter what. Mr. Orrin Hudson, we warmly welcome you and we kindly invite you to share a few words. Yes, could you please unmute Mr. Hudson?
Thank you for this amazing opportunity. Thank you for everyone that's involved in putting this amazing program together. I'm on a mission to empower 1 million young people. With all the turmoil that's going on in Ukraine and across the nation, we pray for peace, and we pray for empowerment, and we pray for success for everyone involved. We all are one, and when we come together as one, we can achieve the extraordinary. I'm just so honored that you guys would take the time to find me. I don't know how you guys find me, but I'm committed to sharing everything in my power to help the next generation be successful. I've been to Dubai, I've been to the Philippines, I've been to Paris, I've been all over the world teaching young people how to navigate through the complexities of life and how to think things through. I owe my life to a teacher who taught me 6 magic words: take time to think things through. I was a gang member in my teens, and a teacher pulled me to the side and said, listen, I'm going to teach you how to be a successful person and not be a pawn for crime. Because at that time, I was 14 years old, and I was following the follower. So James Edge taught me how to think for myself and how to choose peace instead of violence. So I'm on a mission to train 1 million young people. My bio said 55,000, but it's up to 88,000 now. My goal is 1 million. And I came up with the name Be Someone because Abraham Lincoln, his mother, her last words on the planet to Abraham Lincoln was be someone. And even though Abraham Lincoln had failed many, many times running for public office, he took those 2 words, be someone, all the way to the White House. My assignment in life is to empower our young people worldwide to be someone. Your mind is a pearl. You can change the world. BeSomeone.org. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Hudson, for your wise words, your kind words, and for all the support that you're giving for the young generation. And it's an honor to have you here with us and to know you, Mr. Hudson. Thank you so much.
And we would now like to introduce Ms. Huilin Wu from Taiwan. Ms. Wu is founder and chairwoman of World Culture Exchange and Commerce Association in Taiwan. Ms. Wu believes that art can purify people's hearts. She hopes to rebuild a peaceful and stable society, a peaceful world without disputes. Hence, Ms. Wu holds art activities all year round all over the world, transforming the beauty of art into love and planting it on this land. Ms. Wu, we warmly welcome you, and we are pleased to confer the Kailasa Dharma Rakshana Social Justice Award to you. And we now kindly invite you to share a few words. You can please make sure to unmute.
Okay, right now, is it okay?
Yes, thank you.
OK， 感谢凯拉萨和向尊敬的印度新都教最高教皇。吴女士，你要开麦克，英文教室没有声音啊。是吗？我有开啊。吴女士，你要开英文教室的麦克。英文教室麦克风有开啊。现在有声音吗？我有开，我没有关静音啊。有没有声音吗？没有声音吗 ？Sorry. It's okay right now.
You can continue, Miss Wu. Yes, you can continue. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. 很荣幸能受邀参加线上凯拉萨欧姆奖颁奖典礼。我是来自台湾台北的吴慧莲。世界和平源自于内心的和平。世界上不稳定及冲突事件的因素有很多，人们要如何解决这些冲突呢？慧莲相信艺术能净化人心。我期望重建一个祥和安定的社会，一个无纷争的和平世界。于是慧莲常年在世界各地举办艺术活动，将艺术之美转换成爱心，播种在这块土地上，透过意象呈现万物的纯真原貌，透过眼寻找着生存的盼望，透过色彩的流动挑动内心深藏对生命的激动，期许让更多人把这份爱传承下去。也感谢圣凯拉萨对世界对人类的爱。谢谢。
Thank you, Miss Wu, 谢谢 for your dedication. Thank you so much for your dedication to building a more peaceful world and for spreading such a message of love for everyone. 谢谢 Thank you.
谢谢。
And Sri Kailasa is now pleased to present the Kailasa Mitra Awards. The Kailasa Mitra Award is conferred to individuals for their dedication to cultivating a long-lasting friendship with Sri Kailasa. Next, Sri Kailasa is pleased to confer the Kailasa Mitra Award to Reverend M. Emmanuel Nimeli, Religious Advisor to the President of Liberia. Reverend Nimeli has stood for the peace and reconciliation of his country. He is dedicated to all Liberians to live in unity, regardless of religious differences. In December 2021, Reverend Nimeli initiated one of the largest summits for peace and reconciliation that ever took place in Liberia. It brought together every religious group in Liberia and featured religious international guests from abroad. Reverend Emmanuel Nimeli, we warmly welcome you, and we are pleased to confer the Kailasa Mitra Award to you. And we now kindly invite you to share a few words. Please make sure that you are unmuted so we can hear you.
Okay. Hello. Well, it's a pleasure and honor for me to be honored by this great platform and great work that Hindu religion is doing across the nations of the world. And also, it's a pleasure to be part of this award program today. And this has always been my prayers that we maintain the peace that God has given us throughout the world, to make sure that we live in peace and harmony with one another across the nations of the world. And I want to say a big thank you to the award team for honoring me and to have me on this platform to be part of this award program today. I'm highly honored, and I thank the team for what you people are doing, because I think this is our responsibility to make sure we all live in peace and harmony with one another across the nations of the world. So thank you so much. I look forward to working with the Hindu mission, and I give my service to the team and the world at large to maintain the peace that we are enjoying, because now look at Ukraine. We're in prayers with the people of Ukraine for God to intervene for the people of Ukraine to enjoy peace, the peace of the Almighty God. So God bless you. Thank you so much. I'm highly honored to be part of this award program. Thank you. Goodbye.
Thank you very much, Reverend Nimeli, for your friendship and support, and for all the hard work also to ensure global peace and harmony across all nations. Thank you so much for being with us today.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Yes, thank you. And next, Sri Kailasa is pleased to confer the Kailasa Mitra Award to the Honorable Inaro Poloy, Governor of Melekeok State in the Republic of Palau. For a number of years, Governor Poloy has been tirelessly working to elevate the living standard of all Melekeok State citizens. In 2015, Governor Poloy founded a scholarship for Melekeok State students, annually supporting young people in furthering their education. Melekeok is one of 16 states in the Republic of Palau, a tropical archipelago in the Western Pacific. Palau is renowned for its matchless island scenery, pristine dive sites, and world-famous natural features, including the forest, tufted rock islands, and surreal jellyfish lake. The Republic of Palau prides itself with the stewardship of the ocean. The Palau National Marine Sanctuary is the foundation that supports the sustainability and balance between our natural resources and economic development, ensuring that all of what makes Palau the pristine paradise it is today will last for generations to come. Governor Poloy, we warmly welcome you, and we are pleased to confer the Kailasa Mitra Award to you. And we now kindly invite you to share a few words. Governor Poloy may have some technical issues. Yes, it seems he is experiencing technical issues. The next, Sri Kailasa is pleased to confer the Kailasa Mitra Award to Mr. Meredith Beale from Kenya. Mr. Beale is a media entrepreneur and former ICFJ Knight Fellow who worked with media executives across Africa during his fellowship to develop effective business models, improve management structures, and create new revenue streams to support quality news coverage. As a Knight Fellow, he helped African television stations manage the complex transition from analog to digital transmission, conducting training sessions and connecting African TV executives with experts from the Federal Communications Commission in Washington. Mr. Beale also produced a guide for African station owners and operators with tips on managing the migration from analog to digital, which allows television stations throughout the region to expand their reach to millions of additional viewers. During his fellowship, Mr. Beale was embedded as a consultant to the African Media Initiative. From that base, he also organized international mentors for newspapers across Africa, linking experts at the World Association of Newspapers with managers at independent dailies in several countries. He worked with WAN mentors to assist the newspapers with plans for newsroom reorganization and convergence to facilitate better coordination among print, broadcast, and online operations. Mr. Beale also organized financial management workshops for finance officers of media organizations. And before becoming an ICFJ Knight Fellow in 2011, Mr. Beale was a media owner in the United States for more than a decade. Mr. Beale, we warmly welcome you, and we are pleased today to confer the Kailasa Mitra Award to you. And we now kindly invite you to share a few words.
Thank you so much. Jambo, greetings from Nairobi, Kenya. I extend my sincere greetings and offer my deep appreciation for this treasured recognition by the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Nithyananda Paramashivam, and to Sri Kailasa for hosting this Global Peace Conclave and Award Ceremony. Thank you for your kind consideration and expression of your appreciation for my work. I seek to live a creative life and generate value in as many spheres of human activity as possible. My objectives are to promote friendship and dialogue as the best means to achieve a peaceful world, to promote innovation and technology as the best means to improve the quality of life for the most people, to promote rehumanization of politics and economics so that those fields better serve humanity, to use my imagination and creativity to the fullest to transform the world. Since I was introduced to Sri Kailasa a few months ago, I have been impressed with the nation's humanitarian posture and great works and spreading the wisdom of cosmic law-centric lifestyles. I am a human being, one of the treasures of the universe, as are you. And as Archbishop Desmond Tutu says, quote, "My humanity is caught up in yours, for we can only be human together," end quote. This day of happiness celebrates one of the gems of humanity, happiness, what every human being longs for and what every human being deserves. I've been in Africa for 10 years now, striving to contribute to the development of the continent and its people through my roles as Senior Technology Advisor for the continent's largest umbrella organization of media owners, where we work to enable the media community to play its proper role in Africa's development, and my hat as Media Technology Advisor for United Religions Initiative Africa, the largest umbrella organization of faith-based organizations traditional African spiritual practices, and interfaith groups. URI's mission is to promote enduring daily interfaith cooperation, to end religiously motivated violence, and to create cultures of peace, justice, and healing for the earth and all living beings. I look forward to a long, fruitful relationship with the sovereign state of Sri Kailasa as we endeavor to elevate the quality of life on earth. I thank you again for this great honor, and I humbly accept this very prestigious award and vow to uphold the ethic, standard, and spirit with which it is given. I wish you peace and prosperity. May peace prevail on the earth. Meredith Clayton Beale, Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Asante Sana. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Beale, for your kind words and for spreading a message of friendship and dialogue. And thank you so much for all your efforts and uniting various communities and nations. Thank you so much for being with us today. And next, Sri Kailasa is pleased to confer the Kailasa Mitra Award to His Worship Peter Okocha Kasolo Alton, Mayor of the Jinja City, Republic of Uganda. His Worship Peter Okacha Kasolo Alton is a journalist by profession, which has practiced for 2 decades. Before becoming the mayor of Jinja City, His Worship Kasolo held a position at one of the biggest radio stations in Jinja City as a presenter. Your Worship, we warmly welcome you, and we kindly invite you to share a few words. It seems His Worship Kasolo may be having technical issues. Oh, if you can please unmute yourself. Yes. At the moment, we are unable to hear you. We can see you on camera.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, great. Yes, it's
Yeah.
good. Thank you.
Thank you very much, colleagues, participants, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning to all. All overseas, and good evening to the people at the same time zone, and this evening to receive the award from the Kailasa people, offering to the world. Apparently, it has been we have a free world, which in terms of a leveled political environment, my brother from Kenya can tell a good story about our political situations here in Africa and in East Africa in particular. Uganda is a country which actually has various religions and various political parties and players, but at times not all people are given the same platform to practice what they want. And politics here in our area has really hindered economic transformation of our people, because most of our leaders only think about themselves, majorly the women, widows, children, and orphaned children who are victims to the pandemic of HIV and the other social problems. I'm therefore very thankful meeting a group of people and actually joining a network of people who care about others. I want to pledge myself as a mayor of Jinja City given the chance to work together, and given that during my tenure as a leader, I want to work very hard to see that and to make sure that we empower our people, because the major issue of mindset change. So all think in a positive direction, and also to ensure that there is human rights in our society, because the girl child
It seems, yes, His Worship Kasolo was having perhaps some Wi-Fi issue. Luckily, we were able to hear most of his important message. Mayor Kasolo, we're most grateful for your friendship, and we are very honored for your presence, and we thank you for your inspiring leadership and for ensuring, for all your efforts in ensuring human rights, freedom, justice for all people. Thank you so much.
Yes, thank you so much. Next, Shri Kailasa is pleased to confer the Kailasa Mitra Award to His Worship Kedir Juhar Ibrahim, Mayor of Deir Dawa City of Ethiopia. His Worship Ibrahim started actively participating in leadership roles and political activities by his early age as Deir Dawa youth leader when he was in high school and university level. He started his employment history as executive chairman of Kebili level at the Deir Dawa City Administration. Mayor Ibrahim was promoted to Youth and Sports Commissioner and later as Council House Speaker of the Deir Dawa City Administration, thanks to his leadership achievements and changes he brought in this institution. For 3 years, he served Deir Dawa City as Deputy Mayor, and on September 29, 2021, he was sworn as Mayor of the city for the next 5 years. Mayor Ibrahim is one of the youngest mayor in Deir Dawa history among all previous mayors. Deir Dawa is the 7th largest city in Ethiopia, located east of Addis Ababa, and the surrounding areas, and it has a population of about 313,000 as per the 2019 projection. Your Worship Kedir Juhar Ibrahim, we warmly welcome you, and we are pleased to confer the Kailasa Mitra Award to you, and we kindly invite you to share a few words. Yes, Mayor Ibrahim, are you able to hear us? Yes, are you able to hear us, Mayor Ibrahim? Okay, so I think Mayor Ibrahim is having technical difficulties. So we will move to the next award recipient. We'll maybe just wait for Mayor Ibrahim if he's able to join back. Okay, so Okay, so now on behalf of Sri Kailasa, we congratulate all of our esteemed award recipients. And now, as we get ready to welcome the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam, for the live presidential address, let us learn more about the sovereign state of Sri Kailasa. So as we can see here on the slide, to bring global peace, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism started the revival of Kailasa at a very young age. When the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism was very young, the temple monastery complex of his guru, Mataji Vibhutananda Puri in Tiruvannamalai, was built brick by brick by the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism himself. His gurus guided him and he just followed. And here we can also see at the young age of 23, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism established the first Kailasa temple monastery in Tiruchangod, India. And 1 year later, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism established the headquarters, the Adi Kailasa Sarvanyapeetham in South India. And throughout the years, starting from a very young age, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has been conducting mass living enlightenment initiation conventions, taking people through powerful cleansing processes. And here we can see, in recognition of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism's work, he was welcomed by a proclamation message by the mayor of St. Louis in USA. Yes, here again we can see the various mass living enlightenment conventions that attracted thousands of people that the Supreme Pontiff has conducted throughout the years and across the globe. Yes, here we can see how the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has met with spiritual leaders from across many faiths in order to bring global peace. And here we can also see where the people are gathered during the Kumbh Mela, where the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has also initiated millions into mass enlightenment. Next slide, please. Yes, and so the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism's tireless efforts culminated in the creation of the 108 humanitarian initiatives, the Sri Kailasa Uniting Nations, which supports a variety of humanitarian services and which collectively allows for the creation of an enlightened, peaceful, sustainable, equitable, resilient, and thriving world. The 108 Sri Kailasa Uniting Nations initiatives align to the United Nations 17 Sustainable Development Goals and expand on to many other initiatives, incorporating other elements which are rooted in the ancient sciences of Hinduism, universal practical applications to bring about the time-tested, the foolproof, lasting solutions to the world's problems, whether it is economical, social, environmental, etc. And one example is the Sri Kailasa Uniting Nations for the Revival of Ancient Civilizations. Let us now watch a short video in which the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism thoroughly explained on January 3rd, 2022, how Sri Kailasa stands for the revival of 10,000 sampradayas, the traditions of Hinduism.
In every level, the level of diplomatic relations, in the field of education, in the field of economy, building relationship with multiple countries, forming this civilizational nation. Which is not restricted to territory alone, which is more like a Vatican. See, Vatican as a territory, but it is not restricted to their territory. They are like a nation for all the Catholics. Same way, Kailasa. We may have a territory, but we are not restricted to our territory alone. We will be the first nation for all Hindus. We will lend our voice to support all Hindus. We will continuously work for Hindus, focused on enlightenment science of Hindus. I am not working just to revive one branch Shaivism of Hinduism. I am trying to revive all the 10,000 branches of Hinduism, 10,000 various orders of Hinduism, subsects of Hinduism. Like in the Shaivism itself, there are at least 100 subsects. Siddhanta Shaivam, Veera Saivam, Pasubada Saivam, Lagulisha Saivam, Kashmira Saivam. Same way in the Vaishnavite tradition. There are multiple Vaishnavite traditions. In Shakta Sampradaya, there are multiple Shakta traditions. So I feel at least 10,000 Sampradayas are still alive. I'm trying to revive, make a seed bank for all the 10,000 Hindu Sampradayas to revive the whole Hinduism focused on enlightenment science.
And another example is the Sri Kailasa Uniting Nations for Global Peace and Religious Harmony. So throughout the years, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has met with various religious leaders. One such example is the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism meeting with Dr. Michael Bernard Beckwith of Agape International Spiritual Center on May 12, 2006 in Los Angeles, California, where he delivered a talk on how the human mind works and how to use it as an effective tool for blissful living. Meeting Dr. Beckwith was one of many meetings and initiatives the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has engaged in during his time in the United States at the beginning of his mission for humanity.
Thank you, Master Priya. And on the February 8th, 2006, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam, upon invitation from the Jain community, visited the Shravana Belogula in Hassan, Karnataka, India, for the Mahamastakabhishekam celebrations of Lord Bahubali, an ancient enlightened master. The Mahamastakabhishekam is an important Jain festival held once in every 12 years.
Thank you, Ma Vijayapriya. And the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has also taken part in several interfaith global events, such as the launch of the Global Foundation for Civilizational Harmony on January 22nd, 2008, alongside the Dalai Lama and many distinguished religious leaders, such as Abdul Kalam, the former Indian president, Swami Dayanandaji, Baba Ramdev, and several others. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam, continues to be an ardent advocate of peaceful coexistence amongst all people of various faiths, religions, and cultures, as shared in this message given on the 5th of September 2010, where the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism openly and lovingly shared, "Any number of gods, Rama, Krishna, Shiva, Buddha, Jesus, Mohammed, all of us can coexist in one puja room happily. We don't have a problem."
Yes, thank you, Master Tantrapriya. And under the guidance of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam, Kailasa also took part in the International Religious Freedom, the IRF 2021 Summit, and which was held in Washington, D.C. The IRF Summit aimed to bring the attention to the plight of religious adherents who are persecuted individually and collectively, and to gain political support for the global religious freedom movement, and to embolden religious groups, civil society, governments to take stands for religious freedom. Kailasa was given the opportunity to speak on the persecution of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism and of the Hindu minorities in India and worldwide in front of the international multi-faith community.
And just recently, on November 7, 2021, Kailasa Los Angeles in Montclair, California, celebrated its 14th anniversary by organizing a live interfaith dialogue on the topic of gender equality. On that day, distinguished leaders from various religions and faiths, including Hinduism, Islam, Sikhism, Jainism, and the Baha'i faith, all united in Kailasa, Los Angeles. Kailasa, Los Angeles was blessed by the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam, to be the Western Hemisphere headquarters of Kailasa. Kailasa, Los Angeles is therefore a very important central point to unite all nations, faiths, and religions for multiple humanitarian projects.
And a third example is the Sri Kailasa Uniting Nations for Nutritious Food and a Hunger-Free World. Over the past 27 years of his public life, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has, through the launch of the No Hungry Home project, served over 1 billion free meals globally, with 10,000 organic vegetarian meals served daily worldwide and 100,000 served on festival days.
And so now more than ever, working together to bridge dialogues, foster understanding, give a voice to marginalized and vulnerable communities, and uniting nations is required so that people from all over the world can thrive and realize their fullest potential. And in order to achieve this goal, we need to create right opportunities, implement efficient solutions, achieve shared prosperity through mutual collaboration so that no one is left behind, and ensure a peaceful and sustainable environment for our future generations. Working together has become a survival need. And so from this context, Sri Kailasa, under the guidance of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, is actively working to fulfill the Sustainable Development Goal number 17, as declared by the United Nations, partnerships for the goals, strengthen the means of implementation, and revitalize the global partnership for sustainable development. In the spirit of solidarity, and with the common goal of achieving shared prosperity and a sustainable and an enlightened future for all, the sovereign state of Sri Kailasa, with the blessings of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, has recently entered into bilateral relations with 1 state, 6 cities, and 3 towns.
Thank you, Ma Swatantra Priya. On October 7th, 2021, Sri Kailasa entered into bilateral relations with Entebbe Municipal Council of the Republic of Uganda. The two governments have come in union to stand together to make a better and a safer world, free from violence, poverty, hunger, and work together with common goals of international cooperation, mutual prosperity, and world peace. On October 20, 2021, the Lord Mayor Erias Lukwago introduced to members the bilateral agreement which he has established with Sri Kailasa to eradicate hunger and to promote youth leadership, holistic health, education initiatives, environmental stewardship, and sustainable living. And so replicating this initiative of mutual collaboration for the achievement and common goals and for the well-being of humanity, the sovereign state of Sri Kailasa entered into bilateral relations with many other cities and towns. And here we can see on the screen, Sri Kailasa entered into bilateral relations with the city of South Euclid, Ohio in the United States, the city of Kampala in the Republic of Uganda, Jinja City in the Republic of Uganda, Dengriga Town in Belize, Mwanza City, the Republic of Tanzania, Melekeok State, the Republic of Palau, Dia Dawa City, the Republic, the Federal Democratic Republic of Ethiopia, Alba Mich City, the Federal Democratic Republic of Ethiopia, Punta Goda in Belize, and Ganga Brure town in the Republic of Gambia. So Sri Kailasa is committed to tirelessly work to ensure that every individual needs are attended to and to build the best enlightened ecosystems accessible to everyone, irrespective of gender, nationality, caste, creed, sexual orientation, sexual identity, disability, or any other status, for all beings to peacefully coexist.
And despite the intense persecution and lawfare, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism established the sovereign state of Sri Kailasa for not only the persecuted Hindus, but for all the world's practicing and aspiring Hindus. Kailasa is the ancient, enlightened Hindu civilizational nation. Kailasa is not a competition for India, Nepal, Bali, Cambodia, nor any country. Kailasa is in fact only complementing these nations. It is a seed bank for Hinduism with the vision of Kailasa enlightened living for all of humanity, which is rooted in the fundamental principle of Advaita or oneness, the idea that all beings can live in peace and harmony, and that all human beings are equal and divine and can reach their highest potential, irrespective of nationality, religion, gender, etc. Sri Kailasa's vision is to revive and share with today's world the practical applications of the greater sciences of authentic Hinduism. Kailasa has created thousands of enlightened ecosystems around the world. Sri Kailasa has sovereign territory in more than one place, and in its sovereign territory, Sri Kailasa has its own Supreme Court and is also successful in achieving civil court status in 3 countries. Kailasa has the license to run banks in more than 27 places, and in 6 countries, Kailasa's currency has been accepted as mainstream currency, with acceptance as private currency in 2 more countries.
Yes, and for his contributions to humanity, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism was conferred over 115 proclamations and certificates of recognitions from statesmen across 14 countries. And earlier this year, more than 35 cities across 4 countries have declared January 3rd, which is the incarnation day of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, as Kailasa's Nithyananda Day. Next slide, please. Yes, and as we can see here, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has received many congressional recognitions from the United States senators and congressmen across the various states, such as Virginia, California, Colorado, Ohio, Illinois, Utah, and so on, and as well as a certificate of recognition from the Texas House of Representatives. And as we can see here, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has been conferred many such proclamations from various countries such as Tanzania, Belize, Uganda. And now, as we are getting ready to welcome the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism to give the presidential address, we will watch a short documentary on the creation of the establishment of the sovereign state of Sri Kailasa.
Kailasa, the good God country. Hinduism has something great to offer. Hindu God, Paramashiva, is good. We love him not just because he gives us what we want, but because he is good, and he has so much to offer to the world that makes the best nation. Hindu God has life positive, all-inclusive, good, and spiritual, social, political, and moral principles. Hindu principles are guaranteed solutions for all the major problems of humanity: resettlement, violence and lawfare, impoverishment, inequality, environmental footprint, pandemic and biowar. Is the good God's country. Founder of Kailasa, Paramashiva, and his 1008th incarnation, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Jagadguru Mahasannidhanam, His Divine Holiness, Bhagwan Nithyananda Paramashivam, is the reviver of Kailasa, the enlightened civilization, the greatest Hindu nation. His Divine Holiness was birthed by his predecessors of enlightened masters, great rishis, munis, siddhas, who predicted and recognized His Divine Holiness, Bhagwan Nithyananda Paramashivam, as an incarnation of Paramashiva, as per the science of incarnation described in Hinduism. From his first Chaturmasya at the age of 3 in the year 1980 until the age of 16 in the year 1994, the Supreme Pontiff was trained for the revival of Kailasa. He began reviving Kailasa from the age of 16 after the coronation on the 25th May 1994. Kailasa that we see today is 26 years of sincere hard work of the reviver and Hindu diaspora all over the world. Kailasa has a potential population of 2 billion Hindus worldwide, with over 100 million applications to its citizenship already applied. Hinduism has stood over 10,000 years as an enlightened civilization, has been a global beacon of spiritual and timeless wisdom, technology, and culture.
He's wearing a grey jacket. His name is Boris.
The world's ancient civilization produced more than 40% of the world's GDP.
Purpose of life is to experience oneness with the ultimate reality, Paramashiva. Life exists on the planet Earth for last 40 billion years, and 5 times life faced complete extinction on the planet Earth. But somewhere one DNA, one cell, living organism is thrown out of planet Earth, preserved inside a volcano rock. After millions of years comes back to Earth due to gravity or whatever reason, gets into the ocean and starts the life again. Sanatana Hindu Dharma is the conscious science to give breakthrough to your DNA through natural selection process and to your consciousness through the conscious decision process. Sanatana Hindu Dharma is a sacred spiritual science. It is not bunch of do's and don'ts. No. Please understand, it is the revelations of sacred truths, cosmic truths, powerful cognition. It is still alive. That science is available, time-tested, foolproof. This science of living enlightenment is the complete solution for all the problems individual or society or modern day humanity is facing. Then you will understand all the problems of the modern day humanity. Sanatana Hindu Dharma is solution. Whether the terrorism or climate change, natural calamities or man-made calamities, for all the problems humanity is facing, the only solution is science of living enlightenment, revealed by Paramashiva from the Vedagamas in the modern day through this body. I am a Hindu revivalist, not by any revolution, but by evolution and setting model communities. Understand? Kailasa is reviving the ancient Hindu enlightened civilization. Paramashiva manifested this Kailasa Mandala, the enlightenment ecosystem and the lifestyle. I am going to revive this whole enlightenment ecosystem, Kailasa, by creating a model Kailasas all over the world. I will work sincerely and revive this spiritual science, which is the core for enlightenment ecosystem, making you all manifest the state, space, powers, being, superconsciousness and Kailasa of Paramashiva, and making all of us manifest Paramashiva.
In a world ravaged by war, ecological destruction, hatred and division, Kailasa stands as a bold vision of human potential, coexistence, organic living, and alignment with nature. Over the past 50 years, the world has seen the creation of dozens of new countries, and so if anything, it would be odd not to see a new country formed in the 21st century. Without the protection of political legitimacy, there is an imminent danger that the great tenets, scriptures, and science of creating an enlightened civilization, which spanned 56 states, 200 kingdoms, 1700 samsthanas, and 10,000 sampradayas, will be forever lost to humanity. The Hindu diaspora are highly successful around the world. They formed the dispossessed diaspora who has been driven to other countries because they are unable to practice their religion authentically in their own country. They have flourished in countries where they have been allowed to settle with religious freedom. For example, in the United States, Hindus are the most educated and highest earning community, with 77% of them holding a bachelor's degree and 48% having an income of $100,000 or more. Although they are only 1% of the population, Hindus have launched 13.5% of the startups in the USA. They hold leadership, technical and creative positions in companies such as Microsoft, Google, Facebook, etc. This success has been repeated around the world, in the UK, Canada, Australia, etc. James Kirkup, in his 2015 Telegraph article says, British Indians are not just the most successful immigrant group in this country's recent history, but the most successful group of people, full stop. He continues, more extraordinary than the rise in numbers is how it has taken place so harmoniously and profitably for this country and those in it. British Indians, quite simply, are among the most industrious, accomplished and credible amongst us. The best of British, if you like. The same article says that British Hindus are barely 2% of the population, but 12% of all the doctors. Australia and Canada have understood the ingredients of fast economic growth of the country and are doing everything to attract the educated, rich Hindu community. Hindus are the fastest growing migrant population in Australia. In 2017, 200% more Hindus have received invitation for Canadian Permanent Residency Program. Even now, the Hindu diaspora worldwide are the richest. No divorce, have no cases of drugs and substance abuse, lowest mental disorder, no depression. Hinduism is the only religion which neither converts nor kills. Absolutely non-violent, the elite sect of mankind. Because the Hindu diaspora worldwide and the Supreme Pontiff are successful in spreading their spiritual Hindu message of openness and inclusiveness against the forces of hatred and exclusivity. They have become the victims of relentless attacks by multi-armed apparatus of state power. Anti-Hindu forces, extremist caste, supremacist militant organization want a one ideology, Hinduism, under their exclusive domain. What they cannot digest into themselves, they systematically delegitimize and exterminate. Lawfare, assassination attempts, character assassination of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Jagadguru Mahasannidhanam, His Divine Holiness, Bhagwan Nithyananda Paramashivam. Attempted assassination and assassinated Kailasians. Sexual assaults and rape of female monks of Kailasa. Objectification. Character assassination. State-funded child abuse and sexual abuse on the children of Kailasa.
Then I told I don't want to see a picture. Then I told I don't want to see a picture. Then they showed him a picture.
State-operated embezzlement of funds, properties and assets donated by the Hindu diaspora worldwide for the purpose of the revival of Kailasa. Since 1994 up to until now. Building a nation is not a project accomplished overnight or by virtue of hope. Kailasa is the manifestation of 26 years of sincere hard work, sacrifices, integrity of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Jagadguru Mahasannidhanam, His Divine Holiness, Bhagwan Nithyananda Paramashivam, and the Hindu diaspora worldwide for the past 26 years for the enlightenment of humanity.
Yes, and now, having watched this most enlightening video, we will now get ready for the most awaited segment to welcome the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam, who will be giving the live presidential address. Thank you.
Time itself is nothing but your decision to struggle with the same rut. Your decision to struggle with the same rut is time, Kala. Your decision to swallow time is Kala Bhairava. Stand. Be a conscious woman or man. Be conscious being. Shrink the time through conscious will persistence. Make the future into present by being ferocious with yourself. Just be alive for next 3 years. Don't die within next 3 years. I guarantee you, I will reach you wherever you are. Be alive, somehow be alive for next 3 years. I will reach you wherever you are, whichever corner of the world you may be. I will reach you with enlightenment. It's my commitment to humanity. I'm going to empower, enlighten each and every one of you with the fuel and energy of the parallel universe. I'll infuse this intense supernal effulgence DNA, Tejas, Ojas, Kundalini Shakti into your spine to consciously lift you to Kailasa. It is irreversible permanent enlightenment, irreversible power manifestation, irreversible permanent empowerment. Your consciousness as power at this moment to swallow, digest, clean up all negativity and all toxins. develop a powerful will persist. That's the most important asset for life. I am not giving you some life positive blah blah. I am giving you the facts of life. I am triggering your consciousness. I am your Guru. I will make you enlightened. It's my commitment.